Hello, Mad Mark T subscribers and casual passerbyers. It is I, Mad Mark. Film buff, not in a car. Film buff sat out in the back garden. As we in the UK are currently experiencing a heat wave, it is incredibly muggy and humid. I did actually do a review yesterday and I nearly died because of it. I have never been so drained by just mugginess than I have with this. So yeah, I did do a review yesterday. I was like, I was absolutely exhausted from the heat. I couldn't do it. So it was a little bit cooler today. Not exactly, freezing, but I thought this is the best as time as any to do one. Like I said, if I do a review of the Flash in my car, I'm just gonna die with heat exhaustion. No denying it. I am a winter person. If you don't like that and tough, bring on the winter, I say. So, God, the Flash. Oh my God, I've never known a film like the Flash. I have seen my fair share of superhero movies throughout the decades. This one, there's just so much to digest and to mull over and to chew and to talk about that this was the time to do it. I went to see it on Thursday night, Scott Cinema in Bridgewater, thankfully air conditioned. Reasons why I wanted to see The Flash was because as a 9-year-old, I remember HTV West News, funnily enough, HTV West News, and it's ITV nonsense. HTV West News showed a preview of all the upcoming movies that was going to come out in 1989, one of which was Batman, then directed by a little known director called Tim Burton, and starring Michael Keaton as the Cape Crusader. And this scene just will forever never leave me. It's just Michael Keaton looking moody as hell, driving his Batwing through a gothic, crumbling dystopian Gotham. 8-year-old Mark's jaw dropped. I mean, I was brought up on camp 1960s Adam West Batman, so to see Batman presented like that was a real mind-blowing moment. And then a couple of months ago, seeing Michael Keaton reprising his role again as the Batman, it was a no-brainer. I was like, yeah, shut up and take my money. And so here we are, we've come to The Flash, and it's directed by the guy who directed the It movies, which obviously I love because I'm a horror nerd. And he has apparently signed up to direct a Batman film. Is it The Bold and the Beautiful? Or The Bold and the Brave? I'm sure The Bold and the Beautiful is a soap opera from the States. See, he's affecting me, guys. You'll have to put up with me here. But yes, directed by the guy who directed the It movies. It stars Ezra Miller. Oh, God. Where do I even begin with Ezra Miller? My God. I mean, I'm not going to ramble on about what he's done in his private life. It's all out on Google if you really want to know how bad he is. The guy's being a bit of a king and stunt. And that's an understatement, I think. But I'm a cinema goer and I'm a movie lover. I'm here purely to judge the guy. I know he likes to be referred to as they or them because he's non-binary. I haven't the time to go on about that. He's going to be referred to as him because, I'll be here all day otherwise. I have other things to do. So, Ezra Miller, dubious character, like I said, kind of stunt. But ever since I seen him in Zack Snyder's Justice League, I thought he's a breath of fresh air. He's edgy. I love his whole sarcastic shtick. Thought he's hilarious, and he is hilarious in this. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, he's not a good leading man." I don't think that was ever the case with the Flash. I think DC wanted a bit of a Spider-Man with the Flash. They could have done worse. I thought Ezra is freaking hilarious in this. So sue me, lynch me if you want, but I think Ezra was a bit of a revelation in this. He's playing dual roles. Modern Barry, younger Barry the Flash, and he really carried it. I thought he was hilarious. Made me laugh. I mean, this is probably easily the funniest DC film I have seen. I mean, for 2 hours straight, I just laughed my head off. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed loud. This is Marvel funny. I didn't think DC had it in them to do something that's as hilarious as The Flash, but they did. One of the screenwriters is the guy who done Transformers Bumblebee, which also was a fantastic movie. So the pedigree was very high. I did fear that the story was going to unravel and derail at any time. It doesn't. It's all pretty tightly packed in. And the story is that with the Flash, he can run fast. That's his main superpower. He can time travel. He can time travel way into the future and also into the past. And the main sort of basis of the story is that young Barry wants to find out who murdered his mother. Now, he thinks his father is framed, as his father is residing in jail. But then that story kind of gets sidetracked by a more conventional superhero story, which involves General Zod from Man of Steel, again, brilliantly played by Michael Shannon. And then the Flash has got to try and stop General Zod from destroying Earth. But of course, there's no Bruce Wayne or Clark Kent, because this is all the multiverse. Yes, we'll come to the multiverse, guys. Maybe that's something that has been done to death. I know a lot of fellow superhero comic book movie fans are now bored to death of the whole multiverse thing. Marvel's been doing it for the past 2 years. You could say more successfully with No Way Home, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I do think is probably one of the best Spider-Man films ever made. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say it's now a lazy trick. It kind of is. I kind of get that. And it does feel a bit like DC and Warner Brothers is trying to play a bit of catch-up on the whole multiverse thing. I'm hoping this will be the last time they will involve the multiverse. But still, that's not to say The Flash is a bad film. On the contrary, freaking brilliant. So we do have Bruce Wayne back, but obviously this is Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne, because it's the whole multiverse thing. So we have 1989 Batman. I would say that Michael Keaton's introduction is freaking hilarious. I laughed my head off. Oh my god, the opening, I forgot to say about the opening, is the most taboo, bizarrest, but most exhilarating thing in modern superhero movie history, I have to say. It involves babies at their peril. I laughed my head off a lot. And it sort of sets up the madness of the Flash. And I mean, this film is pretty batshit crazy. It's the most unhinged superhero film I have seen, and I loved it for that. And so, anyway, we have Supergirl. She appears. There's a ton of cameos. I do not want to spoil it for anyone who's not seeing it. There is one very cute Easter egg in there. And of course, we have a very very big cameo at the end from a Housewife's favourite, which makes sense. Hates the multiverse. It makes sense. But have I got complaints? I mean, it's not the perfect film. It's not the perfect film. It's 2 hours and 35 minutes. It started to drag at the end, I had to say. It felt like it was really dragging at the end. A lot of people saying the ending is very overblown. It's a superhero movie. What do you expect? 99% of Marvel movies also have big overblown endings, but that's alright because it's Marvel. When DC does something overblown, too overblown. It was, I gotta say, it was overblown. And it did drag a bit, which it shouldn't have, but it did. Other cons. The CGI is getting a lot of hate. I'm not gonna deny it. The balance of fairness, Marvel fans who's probably watching this, the CGI at times has looked quite ropey. It looks a bit video gamey. Some of it looks spectacular. Some of it does look spectacular, but some of it was like, doesn't look quite right. Apparently that was intentional, according to the director. Yeah, I can kind of see that, but I don't know. I don't know really if it is. That is something that has really riled up a lot of people. It hasn't bothered me because the storyline is so rich. I mean, the storyline is Back to the Future with superheroes. What's not to love? And like I said, I did fear it was going to derail. It doesn't. But it is told in such a humour. It's so hilarious. Um, there's a lot of references to Back to the Future, and Eric Stoltz is the real star, the real Marty McFly of Back to the Future. So there's a lot of what ifs and what nots. But I can't say anymore because I'm just going to spoil it. I'm going to spoil it. So that's my two biggest problems. It's just that it's just a bit overlong, CGI a bit ropey. But other than that, it's pretty freaking perfect. It really is. Easily DC Comics' best film I have seen since Zack Snyder's Justice League. Quite easily. If not, it's probably up there with The Dark Knight as well. This is a very strong film from DC, I have to say. I've seen a lot of their movies in the past. This is a real crowd pleaser, I would say. Even though I think a lot of people online are laughing at it, which is a bit worrying. I can't give this film a rating because my alliance is strong. I'm DC through and through, so I can't say I can give it a score. I'm going to leave that to the neutral fellow comic book movie loving nerds out there to make their own minds up. Some will hate it, I know, and some will love it. I think it's DC's best offering in a very long time. But whether the whole Ezra Miller thing could put people off is another thing. Also, you've got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse doing insanely well at the moment, and maybe that might hinge on whether The Flash is going to do that well. That would be a shame because The Flash is brilliant in its own right, I think. A lot of caring attention has been put into The Flash. It's just the whole Ezra thing. That's a bit of a bugbear, I have to say. But all in all, it's my film. That and John Wick's Chapter 4, I would still say, is probably my two favourite films of the year so far. Like I said, this is the start of the summer blockbuster season. We've got Indiana Jones coming up very soon. That's getting slaughtered. It's getting really bad reviews. But I still want to see it because of the nostalgia factor. And because it's event cinema, and you can't deny event cinema. There's a lot of blockbusters coming out this summer. Some looking great, some looking... But The Flash, I really loved. It's not perfect, but for DC, this was a very strong offering. I think in time it will go down as a bit of a cult classic. I think people will be talking about it for some time to come. It's very clever. It's a very good story. Michael Keaton still rocks. Supergirl was a great addition, though. I was hoping to see some glimpse of Henry Cavill. I do call him his French surname for some reason. I don't know why. Again, I'm blaming the heat. So yeah, The Flash, I loved it. It's the most fun I've had in the cinema for some time. But again, because of my DC lineage, I can't give it a rating. So that's about it. So yeah, there you go, The Flash. Ropey CGI aside, it's a must-watch. It is a must-watch. Marvel fans will disagree. We now herald the stages of James Gunn of Guardians of the Galaxy, who is now joining DC. So is that the old guard again with the new guard? We will see if DC can match Marvel. Possibly too little too late, but we shall see. So this comic book nerd's very happy. I enjoyed The Flash. A lot of people won't. A lot of people will dissect it and hate it because of Ezra Miller. That's a shame because it's a bloody good film in its own right, you know. So yeah, The Flash. I'm a very happy man. Loved it. There you go. What did you guys think of it? Did you guys go and see The Flash? Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Am I right about the CGI? What did you think of the cameos? Let's try not spoil it for everyone who hasn't seen it. Was it, for me, the film was a love letter to DC Comics and DC movies from over the decades. Are you a Marvel fan? Do you think Marvel's doing this a lot better than DC, which I'm probably sure they are? I am slowly getting there with the whole Marvel thing, but for DC, this is very good. This is very good indeed. I was very, very impressed. I think a lot of people were surprised by how good The Flash has turned out to be. Hence, I think some bittiness out there from Marvel fans thinking, damn it, DC's come up with a, for once, decent film. Prove me wrong, Marvel fans. Prove me wrong. So there we go. Comments down below what you thought of The Flash. Any films I should go to see, let me know. I'd be very interested, and let's hope the God, the weather will turn colder and wetter soon because I'm not enjoying this heat.